the parts of our body that we associate with femininity. And when that is gone or taken away from us, then it is a whole new world. You have to learn to love your body again and to embrace what has happened. I've had oncologists tell my clients, oh, it's just a breast, get over it. And that's a huge part of our body. It would be like a man, having his testicles cut off and go, oh, just go. It's just your testicles. It's no big deal.
Welcome to yourbrilliance.com. I'm your host, Amy Waterman. When you go through something like cancer, it changes everything. It changes your relationship with your body. It changes your relationship with the people you love. And often it changes your relationship with your sexuality. Yes, cancer affects desire. And when you're going through treatment, you don't always have the energy. And sex can become painful. Your body is just going through so many changes. And your partner doesn't always know what to do. He can feel like he should treat you like a china doll, like his very touch might hurt you. But physical intimacy is not something that you need to give up. Not right now, not when you need affirmation more than ever, that you are still you and you are still desirable. And that's where our guest for today, Tiffany Yelverton, comes in. Tiffany is a master sex coach and an intimacy consultant who has made it her mission to educate and empower women to own their sexuality. She's the founder and CEO of Entice Me, which offers luxury sex toys, pleasure products, and sexual wellness classes. But what not everyone knows about Tiffany is that she also runs a nonprofit called Sexy Survivors to help people who've experienced traumatic events reconnect with their bodies and their sexuality again. Welcome, Tiffany.
Hi, Amy. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Oh, well, I was really excited to learn more about you. I first met you on Tara Harrison's podcast, Make More Love, Not War. And I'm excited to get to talk to you now for myself one-on-one and learn more about what you do.
Of course, I'm going to start coughing right now.
Well, first of all, let's just start off with, what is Sexy Survivors?
Sexy Survivors is the foundation side of Entice Me, where we really focus on reintroducing intimacy after traumatic events, especially body-altering surgeries, cancer treatments, chemotherapy goes into, menopause and all kinds of different traumatic events, miscarriages, infertility, returning from combat, things like that, where intimacy is often overlooked or pushed aside. And we really focus on reintroducing it in a way that everybody can get what they want and feel nurtured and whole.
And I don't think we often think about that. We don't always think about the fact that what we're going through in our lives is going to affect our desire and is going to affect our relationships. And I love what you do. And I will be honest, until I learned about your work, I had never realized there were people out there helping women with sex after cancer. And now I've looked at it and I've learned so much about what that's like. So just focusing on that piece of it, how does cancer affect a woman's sex life?
Well, after money, sex is the number one thing that survivors are concerned about, and many doctors don't really discuss it or address it as an issue or as something that can come up. And what most women go through is an artificial menopause when they go through chemotherapy treatment. And so they're not only experiencing usually a surgery that's changing their body completely, but also an artificial menopause, which brings on a whole nother set of symptoms and that they have to deal with and to overcome, because, the vaginal dryness alone is probably one of the biggest factors for women who've gone through chemotherapy.
So a lot of this then is really physical stuff. Is there a psychological element too?
Oh, absolutely. Because that what comes along with the emotions of losing, let's say it's breast cancer or uterine cancers. Those are all very feminine, the parts of our body that we associate with femininity. And when that is gone or taken away from us, then it is a whole new world. You have to learn to love your body again and to embrace what has happened. I've had oncologists tell my clients, oh, it's just a breast, get over it. And that's a huge part of our body. It would be like a man, having his testicles cut off and go, oh, just go, it's just your testicles, it's no big deal. And it is so psychological because that's part of our body. And even if you have reconstruction surgery, it's not the same. And it's not going to ever be the same, but it's going to be you no matter what.
So, what support do doctors give for women in this circumstance? Are doctors giving advice that are helping women get back their sex life again, or is it just kind of a taboo subject?
Well, sex is a very taboo subject, as you know, that no one wants to talk about. Most doctors don't have any training in sex or sexuality. I've been told by the doctors I work with that they get about 6 hours total in sex education in their medical school. I The good doctors definitely address it, not as being the expert, but bringing experts like myself in, and experts in all kinds of areas: nutrition, mental health, physical health, sexuality, and bring those experts together so that they can support their patients.
And that is what we need from our doctors. We need support. One of the things that has really startled me in recent years is seeing the research on how doctors treat women's pain, and how if women come to their doctors with a complaint like they have the symptoms of a heart attack, their symptoms will often get dismissed. And I can see how it can be so reaffirming for these cancer survivors to have someone come in who, first of all, is a woman and who understands the challenges of what they're going through.
Well, and we're very fortunate to be white women, but when you add in being a person of color, a woman of color, those concerns are even dismissed further. And
So it's so exciting that you are now, so you're invited into the hospitals to work with patients then.
yes, in survivor groups, especially, I work with Hoag Hospital here in Southern California, their breast cancer survivorship group. They have an amazing oncologist and breast surgeon that has put together a program that where we get to work as experts with the women, and it's changes their life. A lot of them have no idea what to do for vaginal dryness, when or how to get back into sex and how to get back into intimacy. And like you mentioned in the beginning, so many partners treat the survivor as a china doll and don't want to break them when the survivor is ready to get back into that intimacy because it's so healthy. When you have touch, it creates oxytocin, and which helps you to connect with your partner, but also to have self confidence and body love. And when that goes away, that's a huge part of life. Plus, just the health benefits of sex alone, for your mental health, your sleep patterns, your heart health. It's really, and immunity. That's a huge one right now, is immunity. And especially when you're going through chemotherapy or radiation, you need to boost your immune system.
Okay, so let's say that we've got women watching right now who said, "Yes, Tiffany, come talk to my guy because he doesn't have a clue." What advice would you give to partners of survivors?
Start talking about it. Just ask your partner if they're ready, what they would like to experience, and start with just touch. One of the things I really teach to begin with is sensate touch, and just having sensual touch with no genital touch, but just learning to touch yourself and having your partner touch you and finding new erogenous zones and a new ways that you like to be touched. You may have liked harder, more stiff touch before, and now you like a softer, feathery touch, and learning how to really bring that together so that you can learn new things about your body and your partner can learn new things about your body and you can learn things about their body. And it just really creates an amazing connection.
So, what if, though, that touch brings up a lot of stuff? Because when you're a patient, a lot of the touch is invasive because they're doing
Yeah.
stuff to your body. And also, there's a sense that your body has betrayed you in a really big way. How can you deal with those difficult feelings?
First, I believe you have to acknowledge that you have those feelings and that it's okay to have those feelings because and to really appreciate and be grateful and to thank your body, physically thank your body for being there for you because it, even though you feel that it's given up on you and that it's betrayed you, it is still there. And every part of you tells a story of your life. And so every scar that you may see as a flaw, it's a beauty mark and a tiger stripe of what you've gone through and what you've experienced. And so really embracing all of that. And, with touch, just start with touching your face, touching parts of your body that haven't betrayed you, so to speak. And just start by feeling again, because a lot of times we get disconnected from our bodies, especially during a treatment where you don't want to necessarily think about what's actually happening. And so getting back into your body and feeling what touch feels like and what good touch feels like as opposed to invasive touch.
One of the other issues is pain. Because after cancer, your body is not working the same way. And sometimes you can want sex all you want and it still hurts. What would
Yes.
you? Oh, I think I see the pussycat in the corner.
They're like, Mom, what's going on?
Wants to be part of the conversation. No. So yeah, so what about when you want sex but it hurts?
I think it's really important to kind of throw out the window what you thought sex was before, and that sex doesn't have to be penis and vagina penetration, that there's lots of ways to experience sex and intimacy that is outside of what you may consider the actual sex act. Find new places that you like to have touch and penetration, and start, with a pinky finger and use dilators and products that are out there that are designed to help you get back to where you were before or back to the where your new self is, because you may never get back to where you were before, but you're going to be a new place that could even be better. And so finding products that are non-toxic, that aren't based with chemicals, is really important. And that is on my Entice Me side of my business. It's all products that are non toxic, body safe. There's no chemicals that are going to disrupt your estrogen levels or cause any irritation. And so finding those products that can help you get back there, it's not something that we talk about, but it's very important.
Well, we need a little help, isn't it? And I think we've always needed a little bit of help, but I think if you can get along without it, sometimes you're just fine and you don't think the fact that there are so many products out there. And I have heard rave reviews of the products that you offer on your Entice Me site. And folks, we will give you a link to that. Don't worry about it. There will be a link so that you can check out some of the things. I wondered what products that you have. You spoke about dryness and you said that was a really big issue. What do you suggest for that?
The number one product that I suggest for vaginal dryness is called Sex Butter. And it's a proprietary blend of essential oils and cocoa butter, shea butter, grapeseed extract, coconut oil. And it actually repairs the cellular walls. It's oil based, so it really helps to heal not only that dryness that you have, but it helps your body to naturally produce more moisture. And because it's paraben free, there's no way that it can cause any estrogen increases. And it's really, really healing. I use it anytime I get a cut or anything. It's really amazing. But it really, you can use it at whether you're going through menopause or chemotherapy, that use it twice a day internally in your vagina, just a little pea amount, size of a pea, put it inside, and it's going to help to start to heal that area, because most survivors that are going through an estrogen dependent cancer have estrogen blockers, which is causing that tissue to kind of be like tissue paper and very dry and sensitive. And what the pain comes from is that you're causing tearing on that tissue when you're having intercourse. So also using a really high quality silicone dilator at the same time. And dilators, for those of you who don't know, are insertion pieces that are solid silicone that range from the size of a pinky up to the size of a penis. And you just use them on a regular basis to increase your size and to stretch out those muscles, because it is muscle tissue and nerve endings. And so when you don't use it, it starts to atrophy, which is another part of the pain.
And I know for a lot of the women here, they're not going to be able to work with you down in Southern California. They're watching this on YouTube and let's say they want to work with you, they want to learn more from you. You've got sexual wellness classes as well, don't you, that you offer online?
So I have online courses, plus I do one-on-one coaching via Zoom. Everything is Zoom these days. So I work with clients all around the world.
Fantastic. Now, for those of you out there watching, if you want to maybe just check out some of the products that Tiffany offers on her website, if you would like to check out the sexual wellness courses, if you would like to get some one-on-one coaching, we have a link for you. Just go to yourbrilliance.org/Tiffany. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for coming onto the show. And I'd wondered if you had any last message you'd like to leave our viewers with.
You know, on the link, we'll put a link to a download so that you can do a guided kind of sensate touch activity with yourself. And the one thing I want to leave you with is love your body no matter what state it's in, because it's you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you out there for watching. Now, what was your biggest aha moment or takeaway from this interview? If you feel comfortable, share it with us in the comments. And for more interviews like these, make sure to subscribe to Your Brilliance TV here on YouTube, and then come on over to yourbrilliance.com for more tips and insights on how you can live your most brilliant life. See you next time.